Hello, me from a year ago. It's been rough, hasn't it? You haven't found a fit place that you can thrive in. Your last two jobs broke you mentally. You thought this one would be different, but it looks like it will be more of the same. You left your previous jobs after 3 months and 5 months, respectively. So, even though you're suffering, you're trying to bulldoze your way through this job because you've been here less than a year and you don't want to be seen as someone who just jumps ships constantly. Stop. No job in the world is worth what you're putting yourself through. I know you're worried about money, and that's a valid concern. Money can't do anything for you if you break yourself too much, though. I know you're worried about your career. I know you're worried about being seen as someone who refuses to commit. You're worried that if you leave this job, the next one will be even more difficult to find. And you're right. Money was a bit of a concern. You're right about finding a job. Neither of those facts change that you were wrong to keep suffering. You're going to feel better once you stop working there. You're going to have to give up a part of yourself. You've been building up that Magic the Gathering collection for years. But the opportunity provided from that sacrifice will be substantial. You're going to enroll in a coding boot camp to learn new skills. You're going to have weekly discussions with a mentor who will continue to build you up and show you new ways to challenge yourself. You're going to have a career coach who is going to push you to keep going strong, even when you don't see the light at the end of your tunnel. Unlike the people at your previous jobs, they're going to understand your particular mindset and mental idiosyncrasies and work to help you find solutions that are best for you. You're a person that likes to sprint rather than marathon. So when it comes time to look for a job each week, your coach will tell you that it's fine to knock it out in a day or two instead of looking at the help wanted pages every single day. You hate cold outreach, and fun fact, your coach agrees with you. So instead, you'll network with some fantastic people, and they will help you succeed. It seems daunting. After all, change is hard, and humans naturally have a fear of the unknown. But you'll get there. I know it, because I am here. El Sai Congru. Me from a year ahead. P.S. The tattoo is a terrible idea. So, to give you a little bit of background on this, Kimberly approached me and asked if I wanted to give a discussion at this lightning talk, and I agreed because I love talking, and hopefully you guys enjoy listening. The first recommendation on this long list of potential topics is a message to myself a year ago. And so I pinged her and was like, that's it. I'm sure that other people have jumped on it, but I have to do it. And she said, actually, nobody has. So a year ago, this note is correct. I was working in a job that was not great. There was a manager that did everything in her power to sabotage me, both in a professional and personal setting. But having not had stable employment before, 3 months and 5 months respectively at the two previous jobs, I felt like I had to stay, and it was very detrimental to myself. To go back into a little bit more background as far as my full history, my name is Aaron Reed. I have an associate's in psychology, a bachelor's in chemistry. I recently did complete my boot camp and got a certificate in data science. As people will tell you, the best thing that you can do is start networking. You're probably worried about where you're going to start, but I have to tell you to start somewhere. There's a joke when it comes to investing that the best time to invest is 10 years ago. The second best time to invest is now. It's the same for change. Maybe you're worried that you should have changed a year ago. Sure. But that doesn't mean that you need to wait or not change because you didn't do it a year ago. You can do it now. As far as networking, the best thing that you can do is find people who are on LinkedIn. For instance, this is my direct link. Feel free to add me. And if you have any questions, that's a great way to reach out to me. You can also find a number of people in the Techlahoma space or the FCC community that are also willing to talk. I probably bug Kimberly once or twice a week on average, and she hasn't yelled at me yet, so I think it's fine. And the last thing I want to share with you today is the note itself. You might be like me and you like having time to take in everything, mull it over, and go back and look at it again. I want this note to be available to you. I am the type of person who is willing to share just about anything. So whether it's from my past, whether it's what I'm learning, I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. So feel free to look at this. And if you are wondering to yourself whether or not you should change and change careers, if you're thinking that, you probably should. But the best way to know is to check. You're never going to know something unless you look. With that, I will see if there are any questions that I can answer immediately. Alternatively, there will be the call afterwards. I am more than happy to talk, or if you would rather send it in a private message via Slack or LinkedIn, that's a fine way to contact me as well.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we'll pause for just a second to see if anybody is typing up a question, but would definitely agree that Slack is a great place to go to connect with each other. Definitely follow up with these speakers, ask them any questions there. Like Aaron said, if you'd rather do that in a private message, you totally can. So don't have any questions coming in right this second. So
Aaron, did you go to, what boot camp did you go to? I forgot.
I went to thinkful.com. There were a few reasons why. I looked into a number of them. Thinkful specifically had career services after. So not only do they give you the skills, they also keep up with you after, give you best interviewing practices. You can talk to your mentor, get ideas about your resume, things of that nature. They also had the tuition refund guarantee, which says if you complete the program and after 180 days of completing the program, you haven't found a qualifying job, they refund your entire tuition. So with both of those reasons, I felt much more secure in doing that. There are a number of free resources that are available that they are just as good as the boot camp that I went to, but I liked having the structure and the mentor and the career coach. Those to me felt like they were worth the money. But if you've already got that kind of a network, feel free to go out to like Udemy or talk in freeCodeCamp or places like that where it's not several $1,000s, but you can still learn everything that you need to know.
Right. Makes sense.